Hello, Dash here again with another Gundam card game video. Just like the last video, we're going to be doing a deep dive. Well, not, I guess, we're going to do an analysis, deep dive kind of thing on the starter deck number 2, Wings of Advancement. So this is the Wing Gundam format. It has Operation Meteor and Oz cards. It's green blue. The idea of it is it's supposed to be a ramp deck. Of course, this is the starter deck, so it's missing a lot of the cards to really be powerful. And this is probably, most people say this is the weakest deck of the starter deck format. So let's just go ahead and just dive right in. Like Starter Deck 1 and Starter Deck 4, it has Tragos, which is your 1/1 cost 1 blocker. Easily, it's just there to eat attacks, maybe do a trade off if the moment's right. But for most parts, it's not going to do much. Ares is much better. You get 2 attack, which can trade with so much more. Leo, this is the fun part. Leo can link with Zex. Some people at my locals didn't realize that and tried to argue about it, but nope. You can actually link with Zex and get the link effect. So when Zex, let's just go ahead and look at Zex while we're looking at him. So when Zex is linked to a unit, if he destroys a unit, you get to draw 1, which brings us to the next card, which is Tall Geese. This is one of the LRs, the blue one for this deck. So if you destroy a unit with Zex linked to Tall Geese, you can draw a card. And then if you have 4 resource available, you can set it to active and swing again, whether to destroy another unit or if you want to take a shield. So this is really good if you have the resources available. I mean, this deck just revolves about needing resources. Magnac, really good card to have. It's a 3/2, so it can destroy quite a bit, and it's a really good level and cost. Wing Gun the Bird mode, this is part of your ramp mechanic. When you deploy it, you put an EX resource down. So you could theoretically get 4 EX resources out, and you don't have to burn them right away. So you could get to the higher cost and level cards much quicker, because all those EX resources will contribute to your overall level. You can only have a maximum of 5 plus the 10 resources, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Gundam Sand Rock, level 4, but costs 2, and it's a 4/3. Not a bad card. And Gundam Heavy Arms. This one is really nice because if you pair it and you destroy a unit, you do 1 damage to everything that's level 3 or under. So it's really good for clearing the field, especially with those pesky Zaku cards that you might get in the Xeon decks if you go up against them. So if you're going up against like one of those decks that likes to build up a whole bunch of low cost, low HP units, you can clear the field of those just by destroying 1 unit while this is paired. This easily becomes a target if you see this on your opponent's side of the field paired, because I would rather destroy it and sacrifice a unit than let them destroy one of my units and ping everything for 1. The big boy of this deck, and if you can get this out and link Hero to it, it's a 7/7 card, and it has Breach 5. So every time that you destroy an enemy unit, you get to destroy effectively their base. There is one base in the base set that has 6 health, but like almost every base and shield is just going to get obliterated by this. And you could also attack active enemy units if you want to, if they're level 4 or lower. Hero, he is a bit beefy of a unit, because he gets +3/+2 if it's a link. He's normally a +2/+1. So that +3/+2 can be really nice. So far, you in this deck, you're only going to have Wing Gundam and Wing Gundam Bird mode. But in the base set, for the booster pack, we get Wing Gundam 0, which is a whole nother monster of itself. It's a level A 8 cost, I think it is, right? That's what you're ramping your deck up for. And like once the full set is released, you'll have like Hellscythe Gundam to put out resources. Also, the bases, you got St. Gabriel Institute. You get to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put 1 at the top, put 1 at the bottom. It's a decent effect, but honestly, I mean, these are kind of the 2 weaker bases that you could have. Corsica base, if it's burst, you don't even get the effect, which is if you deploy it from your hand, you get to put a 4/2 Tall Geese token, and then if it's a second time that you've used Corsica base, you'll get 2/1/1 Leo tokens. So, it sucks when this is a burst effect, because then you don't get those tokens. But you do get the shield. Siege Ploy, this is probably one of the best command cards that you can have in the blue color right now. So it'll just take one unit that's level with 5 or less HP, and you rest it. So if there's a big bodied blocker that you want to take care of, let's say like Ale Strike Gundam, you could totally use this to rest it and either destroy it or just not have it block your next attack. So it's really good for those situations. Peaceful Timber, very limited use. So basically, during one battle, you can burn this card and not receive any damage from enemy units to your shield cards that are level 4 or lower. So once you get to the late game, you're going to be having all the level 5 and higher units. So like Tall Geese and Wing Gundam, that's not going to work against them. And also, this is something that people need clarity on. It does not protect you, the player, if you have no shield left. It says shield area cards, not the player. The player is not a card. Simultaneous fire. Also the second command pilot link here. The stupid ads. You can either use the effect to give a unit breach 3. So theoretically, let's say you have a unit that has breach 2 and you play this card. Breach is one of the effects that adds together. So you can make it a breach 5 and break any base in the game too. Well, most of the game bases, except for that level 6 HP one. And then, of course, you can link this to Heavy Arms Gundam. So that's what comes in the base starter deck. Now, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look at the Bandai suggestion of what you should make a deck out of if you have 2 starter deck 2s. So let's look at this. So you're going to go full in on the Wing Gundam with 4 copies of that, 4 copies of Wing Gundam Bird Mode. You're going to go full in on Heavy Arms Gundam, and you're going to drop Sandrock Gundam. I'm not sure if I would drop Sandrock Gundam completely and drop Peaceful Timber completely. Because, I mean, even though it has very limited use, it might be decent. And even then, he can pair, which you can pair with this and still get the effect. So it's a choice. I guess you have to balance out somehow. I mean, they're going full in 4 on the 1/1 blocker, which normally I would say drop it. But with Starter Deck 2, sometimes you just need something to eat an attack, and maybe not. It's not going to make a difference, but it can at least delay until you can get your Wing Gundam, Tall Geese out. So sometimes you just need something to eat attack. Ares, of course, I would put 4 in. Have a 2/1 blocker. At least it can trade with a lot of those early game units. 4 Hero and 4 Zex, obviously, and then the 4 Troas. 4 Siege Ploys, because that's a great one. It's a choice to have like a 3/3 for this. Maybe, I guess have as many bases as you can to help protect your shield area at this point. Because then you could possibly play this from your hand and get the tokens out. Or you can do this and get an idea of what you're drawn into. So, if you're late game and you get 2 cards, you draw the top 2 cards, and one of them is your Tigos and one's the... or Tragos and one's the Wing Gundam. Obviously, you want the Wing Gundam in that late game, not the Tragos. That's not going to do much when your opponent's going to be swinging with a high HP, high AP units that aren't going to make a difference. But that's what they want. I already made all 4 of the decks that Bandai has suggested. And I'm going to do the same thing that we did last time. And we're just going to go ahead and we're going to play this against each one of the base starter decks. So let's just go ahead and do this. Last week I went 4-0 with the merged ST1, but okay. Well, we get 2. This is a good start. Why you would not want to take a mulligan on this hand? You got 2 of these, and then you got the Magnac. So let's not rush it yet. We're just gonna slowly build up our field and keep this EX resource for a moment. I feel like we'll get more use out of it. So they didn't have many plays there. Now, I could probably rush this out. So do I want to burn my EX resource already to get this. Let's do it, because then I can just put another one out, and then this will be able to swing at shield right away. I mean, do we want to trade with that? Might as well just let's delay it for the moment. I'm just gonna, put some damage on them. And I'll let them break the shield when I'm ready to play this, so I can get that 4-2 token. So let's play that. Break the shield. And then on the next turn, they can break my shield. And I'll go ahead and play this. He's just going to go, okay. Nah, go ahead. Take one. Oh, wait, I probably should have done Siege Ploy to at least get the Demi Trainer out of the way. Oh, I can still do it. Okay, let's just burn this resource. We're going to rest that. So they didn't break my shield. So do I want to... Yeah, let's get the... Sometimes you just want to burn your EX resource or your EX base so that you can get the effect. So now we got a beefy 4-2 unit there. And I still got one I could do, which... Nah, let's hold on to it, because then I can just pair these together. So I will... Let's just make these trade just to get them both out of each other's way. I don't have to worry about blocking anything. They don't have to worry about blocking me. And... Oh yeah, I can't attack. Active unit. Yeah, I got a much better play coming up here soon, so... And they're just going to completely obliterate that. See, they don't have low HP units, so the effect that you get from this isn't as strong, unfortunately. I might even just be better off giving one of my units breach, honestly. This is why the starter deck is probably the weakest of the bunch, because these can't trade with much. I don't know. Let's just do it. We'll make him a pilot. Because he has 5 HP. He'll be able to trade with all three of these, technically, and still survive. So he could destroy, theoretically, one more, if he wants to. But you can see, this deck has no draw power until you get Zex with Tall Geese out, in which I have neither card at this moment. Yeah. So... This deck just gets overwhelmed so easily, and look, they even got the Zoer out. That's going to be a pain in the ass. Alright, first, let's just see what we get with this. I kind of want to get an idea of what my next cards are going to be. A Zex and another Zex. Why not? At this point, I'll keep just building up Zex. And then we'll put 2 of these blockers out. And he can trade off if they choose to block me. It's still gonna ping this for 1, and then one of my blockers can at least trade off with it. I'm probably gonna lose this because this is just kind of how this deck is. I have a dead hand. I'm not drawn into my powerful cards that are the ones that I want to draw, and I'm just burning through my cards so quickly. I'm not getting the ramp I want. Unfortunately, this is how some of these games can go. You can easily lose games Yeah, they're putting out 2 Gundams at this point. And I'm drawn into this, plus I could link Zex to this and make it a 3-2, but it with 1 HP I can take care, or 1 AP I can take care of this. Even with 3 AP, nothing, it's not going to survive those. So I'm not going to burn a pilot from my hand just to give it more attack and HP. Sometimes, you just have to make that choice. So but you can see why this is the weakest of the starter decks. Sometimes you can win games. I'm not saying that you can't win ever with this deck, but you have to have everything go right for you and nothing go right for your opponent, basically, to come out with these. All right, we got another base. Give me something good. Huh? Oh, and there's the Wing Gundams. Both of them! I have to put one at the bottom of the... Well, there's 4. So, we'll put this down. That EX resource does nothing for me with this hand. Now, the only way I'm going to trade with anything out there, if I want to trade, is I'm going to have to link that. At least it's a threat. I could trade with every one of these things now. Let's speed this up. It's kind of going a bit slow, right? 2 times speed will help us at least not have a 50-minute video to go through all 4 of these games. So, might as well just... I have to trade off here because I need to get rid of at least one of their attackers. If none of these are... And of course, they have it in hand. So, if none of these are a base, if none of these 2 cards are a base, it's GG. So, burn. Nope. And GG. One of my Wing Gundams was prized. Or shielded. So that's ST02 merged against just a basic ST01. So let's see how I go in a theoretical mirror match against just the base ST02 with the merged suggested ST02. So this is the kind of hand you probably would want mulligan. It's like I can wait until turn 3 to probably play this. But you're holding on to a lot of your high level units. So we'll mulligan that. Not much. Honestly, this is worse. I probably should have just kept that hand because at least I had a play at a level 3. I might lose to just the base ST02 deck. That's on me. We're gonna burn my resource, or we're gonna burn my EX base just to put something out on the field. We'll get the token. That's something, right? And another hero card. God damn! Alright. I just need more bodies out there, unfortunately, so... I got plenty of heroes. Let's do another Gundam Heavy Arms. Unfortunately, I can't... I'm just gonna make them burn a blocker. If I swung in the Wing Gundam, they were gonna stop me. Now he's gonna probably... Yep. I would broke shield. I don't know why they would trade off. I guess that, they might as well. He could survive the attack and my unit's still dead. So, Gundam Heavy Arms. Their blocker is rested. So this is the perfect situation where you want to link this as a blocker. I'm going to trade into this. And I'm going to get rid of their blocker. And I still have... You can use this if they try to attack, so... Or... Well, no, because if he gets rush... Do I want to just save it or use it? It opens me up to be able to destroy it if I want to, so let's just do that. I am not getting a good hand here. I mean, I could probably put this out with a hero. I'll make it a 5/5/2. Let's do that. I don't know. I could rest it. Oh, I should have probably rested that. I could still actually play that, actually. Never mind. So we'll get Rush. Pilot. Siege Boy. So what we can do here is... And we're just going to lose both our attackers here, regardless. But... Trade. Trigger. Trade. They're running ST02 too. So their deck... Oh, it didn't trade. I'm stupid. The math did not math. Oh my god. I swapped this around. I was not thinking. Okay, we got base out of that. Hero's the better card at this point. And I'm going to lose to my base. Because breach. You don't even have to be at the pair to breach that. Alright. Obviously, do this first. Get the tokens. And there's the Wing Gundam with hero. This is the combo we want. This is what makes the magic happen for this deck. A 7/7. We're just, the only option we have here is to swing into this to get the breach. It can survive this Gundam Heavy Arms, assuming they don't link a pilot to it. And they did link a pilot to it. And, because it's paired, he gets the effect! Part of this, I think, ended up being because I misplayed. That's on me. So this can... I can trade with both these without Zex being a pilot. So hopefully I can draw it into Talkies here soon. Because that's the only thing that's going to save me. No. I'll take the 3 damage. I still survive. Swing with your Talkies, and I'll block that. And they get the tokens. Gundam Heavy Arms would be perfect in that moment. Hey, there's Gundam Heavy Arms. I guess I can... Well, it can't swing regardless, so I'm just going to hold off. Burn the shield. The one... Oh, well, this is 3/2. So he's kind of a threat. But the 1/1... Yeah, he's just going to trade off that. Wish I had some heroes still left. Well, we're going to have to keep that. And Zex, just to give it some more power. And it's a trade, but Wing Gundam still survives. And he's going to eat that Tragos. I don't care if I pronounce it weird. Oh, we burned the tall geese. I mean, I don't even have to play that. Because Wing Gundam can just attack you directly without having to use arrest. Alright. So, we got the comeback. It was... Oh. There's that peaceful Timbra. Oh, but you could have had Rush with that. That's level 4, so I don't technically need that. We'll play that. Attack. Bam. Nope. Pass it. Burn the shield. Another wing gun. And now they are exposed. There's no way that they're going to rush anything out with one card. And GG! We beat ST02! That's only a deck. That's probably the only one we're going to win here. Zeon Rush. We could actually win this if we get the heavy arms outright. This is actually a decent start. You got the Magnac at level 2, so I won't take a mulligan. We'll burn in the X resource. We can live with that. They don't have any blockers. Oh, but they burning that pretty early, aren't they? Unfortunately, that leaves me with nothing else I can do. And there's Sharzaku. So now I can play this. But I'm going to hold on to this because I'd rather just rush out Wing Gundam. So let's keep that EX resource. Now the problem here is I don't want... I mean, if I destroy Sharzaku, it's going to let him search for a Zeon unit and add it into his hand. That's the only downside of this. Oh, but I can get Zex. Alright. We finally got some Tall Geese action going, so let's do that. So, this is the bigger threat. Oh. I want the card draw, so I have to destroy a unit. Hey! Another, Tall Geese. Does that add to your hand? No, it's activate the main. How did that go to their hand? Or no, wait, was that Shinaju? Let's do the same thing. Rush out Zex. I mean, it's an option. Next turn is Wing Gundam's time, though. They could have just traded off and gotten this. Okay, they did. Alright. This would have been the perfect moment to draw into the Heavy Arms Gundam. Because then bring out Heavy Arms, destroy this, and bam, bam, you get rid of these two units. Unfortunately, I don't have that. So I'm just going to have to go forward with the big boy here. And this is actually the one time a 1/1 unit is going to be useful. So, we are going to attack into... Let's just do it on this. Why not? I took a lot of damage, of course, but I'm sitting on another Wing Gundam. And, of course, they pair it. So now... no. Swing with this, I dare you. See? At least this can be a trade-off. Oh, they got the beefy boy right there. Fortunately, I can't link this, but I could just put Zex on it just to give it a decent health boost. And we're just going to have to let the Sinaju just take one of our shields. We'll play this. Now this, okay, so this makes it a 3-2. That can trade with a bit. So we will put that on. Attack. Can't let that Sinaju just keep hitting our shields. And we get to burn a shield off there too. The breach is a really nice... Alright, so they're going to be at the point where they're top decking. I'm top decking. And unfortunately, My hand is all pilots, including the hero that would have been really nice with that wing Gundam earlier. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's a pilot, but here, okay. At least I know for sure that my next unit is gonna be a unit. Might not be the best unit, but it's something. And we're just gonna have to let it happen. And they're getting their whole board set up. Eesh. Yeah, this is GG, unfortunately. I can do this and I could do command. So you can stack the breach like I said before. So we'll give that 6 breach and we'll just swing into the one with 1 attack. That gets rid of the base. But if this isn't a base, it's GG. See? Yep. Another loss. Okay, they're just rubbing it in. Oh. And this is going to be a brutal match too, I'm sure. If I don't get my breach cards out at the right moment, I mean, you have a play right at the beginning. I can't take a mulligan on that. I could draw into something much worse. Bounce it. I don't care. It's not like I had a play on the next turn anyways. See, that this is a trade, unless they link it. That's the only other thing. I'm just going to burn the shield. It's early, but you get that beefy token. And that's a good token to have. That's a pretty nice token. Yep. Do I want to just... No. Let's just keep their weak unit on the field. And they got a pretty beefy unit out there. Pretty early, actually. Well, it's level 4-3. I mean, not that... It's the same as Gundam, which is level 4-3. Alright. Now we got the place. However, let's save that for next turn. Because I want to at least protect my base a little. I guess I could have just done the bait. Nope. Oh, well, we don't get the burst effect, unfortunately. That's a trade. Let's just get that out of the way. He didn't have any link pairs and it wasn't paired. That's one of the worst effects in the game right there. When I explained this to people, and they're like, this card sucks. Alright, so. This is the move. Or is it? Wait. No, this is. I have to play it this way. No, wait, because then I wouldn't have... I'd only have enough for 1 unit. Alright, yeah. Let's get rid of Veil Strike. Oh, I can't. It's not level 4. Well then, here's your decision. You can choose to block me. He did not. Smart. Alright. And we'll link Zex. Get the trade and draw. I'm surprised they're not blocking. I guess they want to save that block for the right moment. I understand. They probably have Atherin in hand. Nope. Okay, they're just gonna bounce. Not taking out the threat of Wing Gundam is certainly a choice, because now I can just trade in the that. So 4. We'll get the Zex back out with it. And St. Gabriel. heavy arms is much better, especially because I got 2 of these in hand. So, once again, Tall Geese, let's trade into that. And draw. So we're getting a nice hand advantage. Look, they got 2 cards. I got... This is when ST02 is at its strongest. Even going against Seed Strike, I'm having a pretty good matchup right now. I'm drawn into like all my powerful cards also. So we can start putting out heavy arm Gundams. And we can double link them. So we are rushing that field now. This is Wing Gundam's final burst. And we're just going to swing into these. That Mobius Zero is not going to stop us. It can eat attacks, but it can't really trade that well. Unless you're going against low HP units. There's that Archangel. That probably would have helped them earlier. Alright. Honestly, I could probably just put out 2 Tall Geeses. And why not? I'll trade. Oh wait, no, that survives. Well, I don't care. I got 2 Tall Geeses out. And what they don't have any units. Okay. Well, now they get that. Let's Zex. Well, no. First, we want to do that. Let's get 2 blockers out just for the heck of it. Now, give me my card draw, and he can survive to attack again. Which we have 4 resources. We can restand him. And there. Let's hope no base. No base. And that is GG. So, lost 2 games, won 2 games. This last game really does show the strength that you can have from ST02 when you draw into the cards you have and get them in hand. But unfortunately, sometimes that's outside your control. But I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Next one's obviously going to be ST03, so stay tuned as I bring these videos out. Hopefully I can get them out before this Friday, which is the release of the booster box set, because I kind of want to go over some starter deck builds. I know time's just kind of been crunched up on me, so I haven't gotten to put out these videos as early as I wanted to. But I appreciate you watching. Leave any suggestions and feedback in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.